Welcome to Who's in the Chair. I'm your host, Amber. This episode's special guest is OG Walker, one of my mentors, one of the most impactful barbers in the Central Florida area. He has a product line that goes crazy. He also has had multiple shops and mentored lots of us new barbers. This is one of my mentors, y'all. So we go way back early on in my barbering journey. I call him Unc the Barber. So before we get started, a little birdie told me that he likes some sweet red wine. So of course,
yes,
we are starting our episode.
With
some sweet red wine.
And it's my day off, folks. So I'm just chilling. So yeah,
we here to get lit.
Yeah,
so let's
I
see.
need that.
So this is Italia Riscato from Italy, clearly. And then let's see what year we are.
What year that is?
Right, I don't know. We ain't gonna do that much time looking, but we gonna taste.
19 something.
Right.
I guarantee you that. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so now when you taste this, I have some questions for you.
Okay.
So we're gonna do this like a shot, even though it's not a shot, we're gonna toast.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. So we're gonna toast to more prosperity, bigger business, more ventures, and more life.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See, now
okay.
I ain't never had this.
You ain't never had this?
No. But you know what though? I would love this with a nice steak or lamb chops. Some veggies. This will be very nice. It's not too much. It's not too, it's not too
not too sweet. It's
not too sweet because some stuff be a little too sweet.
And it's carbonated. Y'all know I love a sparkling wine. Y'all.
This makes it. All right. Listen, this is a good one.
So look, so tell me about the wine. If you had to name this flavor a haircut, what would it be?
If I had to name this flavor as a haircut?
Yes.
You know what? I would call this something like a gentleman's cut. Just
okay, a gentleman's cut.
All sheer.
Okay.
No clippers. Just blended. Just a nice soft cut. No hard lines. Clean shave. That's what it would be.
If this was a haircut price, what would it be?
Oh, if this was a haircut price?
Like the service to get that haircut, what would the price of that be if it was this wine?
At least 60.
Okay, $60 in the haircut world.
At least 60. 60 is good though.
That's not bad.
60 is not bad at all. Especially when you move, and 60 is not bad at all.
Right.
Exactly.
And then if Italy was a location, and we're gonna take that location and say if it was a barbering space, like a suite, a shop, a sports clips, what type of environment would this be?
Oh, definitely sweet.
Okay.
You know what though? Sweet, or it can also too go for like a little crowded, because see, it's kind of like it's calm like in here.
Right, nice, relaxing, cool. Sweet.
But like the shop I work at now with my friend, this will be good because we have like a sports clip type of vibe, and I think a lot of people will love. It's a little edgy, but it's not too much.
Okay.
It's not too much.
Very good.
But you don't want Kool-Aid. If I want Kool-Aid, I ask for some.
That's true.
This guy look to it.
Look. So we gonna do a 1 through 5 clippers. OG approved. How many clippers does wine get?
How many clippers does wine get?
1 being trash, 5 being top tier.
3.5.
Okay, 3.5. We not mad at it. That adds up to a 7 if you double it.
3.5. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Nothing never gets a 5 with me. A 10 or a 20. I only rate myself. Listen, when they say what you rate yourself as, it ain't like, oh yeah, I'm a 10. I'm a 7.5.
Okay. Very humble.
7.5.
Don't believe in perfection on earth. Heard.
Yeah. You got a lot to go. There's nobody a 10.
Okay.
Let me tell it. But hey.
Right, let him tell it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, that is all for our What's in the Bottle segment. 3 out of 5.
She's gonna be great, y'all. This is I'm just humbled to be here because she came in listen, when she started working at my salon, she came in the door with a vision already, like, I appreciate the spot, but I'm not gonna be here forever. And that's so important. So I'm gonna let you do you.
let's get into the business. How long have you been in the game?
I've been actually cutting hair since I've been 11. So I don't count.
He 49 now.
Yeah, I'm 49, y'all. So y'all see that?
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I've been there since I've been 11 years old. I've never had a job. I've never filled out application. I've never did any of that. It's always been just cutting hair.
So back in the day when you started cutting, you were at, I'm assuming, like on the porch, at the crib, cutting. When did you first get into a shop?
When I first got in the shop, I tried to go to college, but I knew that one. I can't read or write. So it's like,
Okay, Floyd.
so I'm like, so I tried college, and then I went to barber school. I got in my first shop. It wasn't my shop.
Okay.
About 22, because I got married when I was 23.
Okay.
So it was about 22. I was in my first shop working.
So for barbers starting out, when you think about that time between 11 and 22, before you got into a shop, like, was there anything pivotal that happened that kind of changed the way that you saw things, that made you say, you know what, I need to go from like a less legitimate space to a more legitimate space? Or was it just kind of like a natural progression?
Natural. Just natural, because like I've been cutting in my mom's kitchen for so long. And once I said I'm gonna go get licensed, I got a couple people trying to hire me. But this one lady, like Miss Rooney, rest in peace, she was my mentor and stuff. And I used to, work at her shop, and she gave me my first shot, and I stuck with her for years. She recently passed away like 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
But she's like a Lake County goat. She used to give me out, I used to have my little Jerry curl. And I had a Jerry curl, y'all.
Nasty work. I need a picture of that so I can pop it up. I need a picture. I gotta have a picture of the Jerry curl.
My mom got pictures. No, for real though. I had to get the sides faded, the little curls hanging out. And she used to do my curls. So once I got old enough, I said, I'm gonna work with Miss Rooney. So yeah.
That's
so that was my first experience in the shop, was with her.
Okay. Now, so once you got into the shop, how many years went by between 22 and you opening your own shop, your first kind of solo situation?
Probably like 7 years.
Okay, that's not bad though.
7 years. 7 years.
So we about 29, 30. I'm 31, so that's like right
around your age, where I just felt like it was time for me to do my own thing. And it wasn't no disrespect out of me and Miss Rooney. We was cool up until the day she passed away. So it wasn't like, oh, I don't deal with Rooney. Rooney, that was my girl, you know what I'm saying?
Because you don't have to leave shops on bad terms.
No.
I've had barbers give me advice of like, don't give them a notice, like just spring it on them because they're gonna act weird. And I've had a situation like, you remember before I came to your shop, I gave my previous shop a 2-week notice. They were like, okay, that's Bye. Cool.
Yeah.
The next week they were like, get up, get out. And so I was like in between with no shop for a week. But
I remember that because you was like, you told the guy I'm gonna do 2 weeks, and next thing it was like, bye. Right. And that's crazy, because my guy, which I know is kind of maybe off topic, but we chilling.
Right, we chilling.
My man Ed Williams, he been with me for 18 years. He was working with me, and he recently opened up his shop in October.
Okay.
And for him to tell me, he was nervous, like, yo, man, I'm gonna open up. He said, hey, man, I need to talk to you about something. I'm like, yo, what's up? And he's like, just ride with me. I gotta show you something.
Oh.
So he took me up the street, took me to this little, like this big plaza in Leesburg, to the back. I'm like, and walking through the back door, got his own shop, beer and wine license, 9 stations, clean shop. And I literally was in tears.
Oh man, that's
because
awesome.
I was just because he's been like my little brother.
Right.
And he gave me 18 years of just loyalty. And for him to open up his own, and he was like, bro, I don't know how you feel about this, but I want you with me. And I'm like, okay, let me think about it. Okay, bet. So I left my shop in Leesburg, gave it to some other guys.
Really?
I gave it to them. And I work with Ed now at Fade Fanatics in Leesburg.
Okay, so you don't have the one in Leesburg anymore. You moved on from that, and now you.
But it's like 10 minutes away.
Okay.
I actually just working for him.
I saw some stuff on social media from you with Fade Fanatics, and I was wondering if you were doing like a pop up or what the kind of dynamic.
That's where I work at now. I mean, I'm totally in on his vision because he supported me for 18, 19 years.
That's phenomenal, though.
So instead of me like trying to carry the weight, now I just go support him.
Right.
So I can be a good leader, but I can be a good wingman as well.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
I love that.
I love working there. Honestly, like the pay is good because one thing about it, he's promoting walk-ins.
Okay.
A lot of which nothing wrong with when you got your own spot, you got your appointments. But what rekindled my drive was cutting people that I never cut.
Right.
And I'm always so locked up, so busy, so locked in to now you get a strange person that comes in, yo, can I get a cut? All right, yeah, I'll get you next. And then they're like, whoa, who are, because a lot of them don't know me.
Right.
They don't know OG. They don't know Jermaine.
Right, because if they're not in the barber world, they're not aware of what's happening.
Like one kid was like, I don't want that man with that gray beard cutting my, and like I get those type of looks.
He said he ain't looking crispy.
Like he's an older guy. And then when I cut him, turned to the man, like, oh God, like, he's like, I didn't know you cut like this. Yeah. Right. But I love it. It gives me drive, gives me that energy to go to work every day. So I love the just kind of the new energy.
I like that.
I love it.
My new space in Winter Haven is in a salon and barbershop already. So it's like being there kind of reminded me of the camaraderie and the kind of fun atmosphere of the barbershop that you miss in the suite.
Yeah.
Because it's so one-to-one. Like this Orlando space is very different than my Winter Haven space. My Winter Haven space is more warm and kind of friendly. This is more kind of exclusive and like
you just doing your thing.
Right. Yeah, it's like you want to come here, relax, have a wine, have a beer, get your transformation done, get your hair care, skin care. That's kind of what I do here. But in Winter Haven, it's like I'm right around all my people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like it's a different kind of energy.
But it's good, you know what, but it's good to have that type of different energy.
Yes.
I kind of got not lost, but after COVID.
Right.
Everything was so like if you don't have an appointment, get away. If you don't have my book,
people's biggest complaint right now.
Honestly, this kid, like I say, I don't mean to make the interview by him, but he changed the game in Leesburg to where, because back in the day, if you don't have an appointment, get away.
Yeah.
If you got a son, which you don't, but when you have a son, hey, I need to get my son hair. Hey, do you have an appointment? No.
Right.
Well, just book me on my Booksy.
Yes.
He changed the game. You know what? If you can wait a little bit, I got you.
Right.
He got you. Somebody got you. We're going to take care of you. So that's what the industry needs to change at, honestly.
It's crazy because in Winter Haven, I decided to do walk-in Sundays. So on Sunday, barbershops ain't open on Mondays and Sundays.
Good
I'm there Monday and Sunday.
Good
and it's
job.
Like walk-in Sundays. Y'all know every Sunday you can walk in from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I'm going to take care of you.
You did the best thing you can do because that's going to make people feel. But think about it. The average person maybe can't spend $80, $90 on an appointment, right?
Right.
But what about that mama with them 2 kids that just need a haircut?
Yeah.
25, 30, whatever you want to charge per walk in. And people be like, oh, I won't never cut a hair for $25. But it's a kid. I'm not gonna spend 2 hours on this kid. He may get 20 minutes. He may get 15.
Right.
But I cut really fast.
Exactly. Like if you extend the service, it's because you're trying to. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I feel like most barbers, even one of my clients, he found out I could cut his hair in 15 minutes. Now, my service is an hour, typically. Yeah. And I think one day we got to talking and I had somewhere to be. So I was like, all right, we got this amount of time. And he was like, you can cut fast.
Yeah. but they don't, you know what? They forget that we can cut fast because, and me and you similar on this note, that we're like, we want you to enjoy your haircut.
Right.
I want you every touch, every feel, every beard trim, every razor line. We want you to feel it. We want you to.
What sets us apart?
Yeah, and that's why we can charge what we want to charge. But they don't realize a lot of that is just a lot of decoration to make them feel good, make the vibe stay good.
Right.
But when we need to, look just as good. 20 minutes.
Right.
But we're selling
an experience,
comfort, like especially in here. You can't say charge somebody $80 for a haircut and get them out of 10 minutes, which you can, but it's more about the conversation, the relationship. Because one thing about people, clients, they remember your touch, your feel, and if you're in a rush, they can feel it.
Right.
Because I may be just cutting you, we talking, but then like one time maybe the same cut, but you can feel he got something on his mind. He rushing. Right. He got to go somewhere, and it makes you feel like, okay. And he be looking in the mirror like, damn, it's the same cut. So that's why that's why the appointments come in, because we can keep the same energy.
Right.
Same level of touch, the feel, the touch, the conversation, the turnaround, it's so many little things
Right.
that makes a person make the money. It's little things.
So these are going to be some rapid fire questions. I want you to give me the first answer that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Fade or Caesar?
Fade.
Early mornings or late nights?
Early morning. Like that steam.
Have you had a hot towel shave with the steam before?
No.
How you a barber for this long? You ain't never experienced this.
I've done it to other people. I just don't get it done to myself.
I know. Best city you ever cut hair in?
Los Angeles. No.
Okay.
Orange County, California.
Worst haircut you ever gave?
Ooh.
Jumping off of what you were just talking about in terms of the mindset, at one point in your career did you transition from being a barber to being aware that you're building a brand? And kind of in your mind, what was a significant shift to make that happen?
For my first probably 10, in the shop when I started like 20 something years old, it was just grind, country barber, cutting everybody, grinding, $8, $10, grind. And I had actually my ex-wife's cousin, which his name is Brandon, and he was working with me at the salon. And he was like, yo, you need to come to the house show. I don't need no house show. I'm grinding
with the $10.
I'm grinding, I'm good. I'm making like back then $1,200, $1,500 a week. Took care of my little family. I'm good.
Now, what age range were you in this period?
Probably around that 30-ish.
Okay.
No, a little later than 30-ish.
Okay.
Probably like around 35. I'm good. I'm country. I had them start doing appointments, $20 a head. So I'm good. He said, I come to the hair show. I'm like, okay. And so then he bought me a ticket, but I wasn't going. It was Orlando premiere.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, cuz, I just give you money back. I ain't going. You need to get out of that country mentality. You need to come to the house show. All right, I'm coming. Went to the Orlando house show. And at that time, I seen barbering was different.
Okay.
And I'm like, wow.
You saw the whole kind of industry at large.
Worst
haircut you ever gave?
Ooh. Let me see. Yeah, I remember everybody got a bad cut like this. It's like, you like, oh, Lord, that looked terrible. It's more of the miscommunication. So probably about 6 years ago, this lady wanted one thing. I thought she wanted something else. And she walked out and looked like G.I. Joe.
Clippers or shears?
Clippers.
Here.
Okay, and so honestly, that was a day that I got sponsored by Black Solutions.
What? The first time you went was the day you got sponsored?
I knew a lady. She used to, you remember back in the day when they used to do the designs with the color pencils? Miss Linda Eisner, whatever. I knew her because she sent me a couple free pencils. Okay. So I was at her booth doing something, and then I went to Black Solutions and bought some black spray. And that day, so I did one cut for them. They were like, "Yo, you want to do a cut?" Because they said, well, like my barber's not here. Okay. I wish I knew somebody that can. I said, well, I had my clippers in my book bag.
There we go.
Literally, God is like,
when opportunity arises, you gotta be prepared.
It's like I heard a voice that wanted to say, "Take your clippers." I had a book bag, threw my clippers on the book bag. So then they was like, if we had a barber, we could show you how to use it. I said, I had just seen a video on how to use it. So I'm like, I said, I know how to use it a little bit. So I did a lineup, did a fade. Then about 3 other guys in line, yo, can I get next? I'm like, well, this day boo. She was like, go ahead. This is the younger sister. Go ahead. Did a couple more. Then the big sister, her name is Robin. I would forever love Robin. Robin was like, she's a straight business lady. She has, her and her husband, they got a lot going. But she said, hey, listen, come here. Don't come around the corner. And at that time, I had made a product called Celebrity Black.
Okay.
That it was a gel.
That's your first product?
My first product. It's on YouTube. That it was a black gel that you can put in the hairline. And people using it on stage. And I said, that's my product right there. She said, you want to work with me? I said, she said, come to Atlanta next week. I'm going to buy your hotel. I'm going to buy this. I said, I'm sitting there trying not to like fan out.
Right, because what?
I'm trying not to fan out. So I'm like, yes, ma'am, I'll be there. So then when I went, but it just showed me how much the barbering had evolved.
Right.
So that's when I went from regular grind
to see the bigger picture.
To see the bigger picture. And I was just so nervous because when they put me on stage in Atlanta the first time, they put a microphone like this mic that you got me.
Mm-hmm.
I cut it off. And it was like, you want to talk to me, tell them what you're doing? I said, no. Because I didn't know how to talk.
Oh, I understand. You country.
I was so nervous about my voice. I was so nervous about when I get in front of crowds.
Did you change your accent? Okay.
I was just so nervous about being around people because then I get to stutter and say the same word. So they like, OG? No, it wasn't even OG then, just Jermaine. You need to elevate and learn how to speak. I'm like, I don't know how to speak. I just know how to cut. So then once I went to learn how to speak and educate, move around, work the crowd, don't look at the same spot, don't be still, and it just me evolving. So that's when I went from regular to the educator.
Okay, yeah. Because it's like almost like you developed a sense of showmanship to be able to be beyond the chair.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that, at least for me, like watching you and watching some of the other barbers, even the social media, kind of how you guys deal with that. I've been personally, to do what I do in a suite, I have to have a social media presence.
Yeah.
And you don't have walk-ins.
You don't have nobody like say over there cutting and the people waiting and they're looking at you over here, fading me up on the beard.
Right.
You're looking like, damn, she good.
Right.
Everything you have to do is off you.
Right.
Off the muscle. There's nobody sitting like, hey, well, who you got next? Oh, I ain't got nobody next. I'll go with you. So
right. But it seems like you've adapted well and stayed flexible to learn the things you need to learn on the path. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people struggle with being willing to commit to something that long, because 11 to 49 is a long time.
A long time.
To commit to something.
A long time, yeah.
Has that been something that has come into your mind? Like, have you ever been on the path like, man, let me change and do something different? Or has it been an easy path for you to just be like, this is what I'm good at, this is what I know, and I'm going to explore all the avenues of this because it's exciting for me? Like, kind of.
I've always loved it. Like, that's why when I started doing walk-ins again, it was so easy because literally we was cutting together and somebody come in with a big crazy afro, want a nice cut. I damn near do it for free because I know I'm good at what I do.
Right.
And I can know it's just fun. It's exciting. It's more exciting to cut people that I don't know.
I understand that.
Like, because sometimes and then it's like, oh, you can cut for real.
Because you get that shock and that it's kind of like that immediate.
It's the challenge. It's the challenge. So I've never been.
Because they've been going to other barbers.
Yeah, they've been going. And then the thing about it, people that don't know me, I love it.
Right.
Because sometimes people know, oh, that's Jermaine, that's OG. They know what they expect. They already. I can be honest. I can damn near mess up a haircut, and if the OG or Jermaine did it, they ain't gonna even trip.
I know it.
They'll be like, yeah, Jermaine was a little off there. He all right though. He the GOAT.
Because you are the value now beyond your haircut. You're not selling haircuts anymore.
Nah.
You are. One of the things also about you and your business is you've been able to go from those $10 haircuts to very expensive hair systems.
Very expensive, yeah.
So tell me about when you kind of moved into that direction.
Like the little wigs and stuff?
Yeah, did you do that before products or after products?
I was with Black Solutions then. She paid for me to go to class. I'll say to anybody, take this clip, man. I love Robin. I love Danielle, man. And even the guys I linked up with, Trippy and Busy, they bought them on the team. And I'm like, okay, like those are my brothers. Like, I mean, we ain't been together. We ain't hung out in about 2 years. They're like, bro, you need to come to California and hang out with us a couple of days. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go to California.
Like, them my brothers, like, really, like, they real deal be like, bro, we haven't seen you, dog. What's up? So it's kind of like, the reason why I started doing the hair system, because I seen them online, and people was like, can you do this? They were asking not to be, it was being sarcastic. Because when it first came out, it was like, oh, I bet you can't do this. I'm like, nah, I ain't never seen that. But I didn't like it because everybody looked like they had
the glued down hair,
a cat on their head or
yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't want to do that to no damn man. No. And I said, if they ask me one more time, can I do this? Somebody else, I bet you can't do this, can you? Then Robin was like, I said, Robin, you know, I said, how you in the class? Hey, you and Trippy, I'll see you guys out there. It was in Vegas. She paid for our flights, paid for our hotels and everything. And we went to that class. We got done with the class and went home and redid it again on a mannequin.
Okay.
And then I just started getting into it. And I said, I'm gonna do 1 or 2 back in, back in Leesburg. Then I'm gonna quit. But then after that, people started asking me to do classes. I'm gonna tell you something. Those hair unit classes put me where I'm financially straight to this day. Now I don't do as many now,
yeah,
because it takes a lot of energy. One thing about a man that's putting hair in his head that's not his, it takes a lot of energy. It's a lot of confidence building. It's a lot of, it's few of them that they don't give a damn. But some of them, like,
they need help walking out.
Yeah, like
they can't just pop up with the service done. Psychologically, they're not ready.
No, they're not ready, especially when they first get. Like, you don't think that's too high? You don't think that's too? And you're like, bro, you okay? You good? So I still do them if you ask me to do it. Okay. But I don't advertise them.
You used to, and you recently stopped advertising them.
Yeah. I used to just push them all the time.
People were flying in to get your hair.
Well, I still got my regulars. Okay. Like I said, if you ask me to do it, I will do it. But I won't just
you
be
trying to push it.
I won't be like, hey, I can fix that for you. Nah, because there's just so much energy to it. Yeah. And it's fun, it's good to do, but some of those people are so not confident. Like,
I know what you mean. It's draining.
Like, if I leave work today and I got a whole horseshoe and I come to work tomorrow with a fade, you gonna know something happened. It ain't like, oh my gosh, what happened? Well, you got some help up there, stop. But it's also too good to know, because it's a guy, he had nice waves, but his 2 little cowlicks was just way back there.
Right.
And he was such a nice guy. We was talking. I said, look, instead of all this spray and this paint, let me do something for you. I said, don't worry about the price. I got you. I took it and I did a frontal repair. I just repaired it with some loose hair. Mm-hmm. He was like, oh my God, bro, you saved my life. And so I like to have the education to do it, but I don't push it as much.
Worst celebrity haircut you've ever seen?
Carlos Boozer, when he had all that Beijing. Yeah, Carlos. He had a bunch of Beijing, and it was leaking on the court.
We went and talked about your starting out. You started cutting at 11. You moved into your first booth at 22. Then your first own shop at 30-ish. And
30-ish.
You started moving in the product realm around the 30-ish. 35, you said 35.
Actually, like at 37, 38-ish.
Okay, 37, 38.
Because I used to work for a company.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
I worked for them. Then I just did my own. When we kind of went our separate ways, it was cool. And I just started my own product line.
Right. We got Hair Milk in the building.
And it's just so amazing still just to see my name on something. That's why just being appreciative of, you see that OG. It's just still humbling to see somebody will come. She orders. She don't be looking for the big brother discount. Listen, this is what I need. We ship it here. So it's kind of still like that. I know I got a good product, because some people, like Amber, if it wasn't a good product, she wouldn't deal with it. She wouldn't. She'll do something else. But she's not doing, oh, that's my bro, we good. Nah, it works for what she has going. So to see my name on something still kind of humbles me to be like, yo, bro, that's you right there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's inspiring. And I think for somebody like me, I'm not one of those crab in the barrel type people. I believe that we all can win. We all can eat. Mm-hmm. There's so much out here. Like, when I started doing the research to be a barber in Orlando, it's 150,000 men in Orlando. Really? I couldn't be 10% of their barber. I don't have that type of time, right? So it's like, I remember the first shop I started working at where everybody was mad. It was like, oh, we get $5 tips. You got a $10 tip. We mad at you. You a girl. That kind of mentality over crumbs. It's like, no, there's so much more. And one thing, I read a book called The Go-Giver. It talked about at the top, people are way more generous. And when you were talking to me about your first experience with being an ambassador for a product, and then flying you out to learn hair systems, and that seed that they sowed, you know what I'm saying? Back then, Look at where you are now.
They're the reason I'm where I'm at now.
That's wild, right?
They probably flew me out like, honestly, probably like 60 times.
Wow.
Like, it was just like, when I go to California, I stay at their house. It's not like, oh, he's just a barber. Like, we were like family, but I just knew God had another purpose that kind of was time me to, because me, I'm so loyal that you literally would have to just get rid of me or just do something that's like, all right, bet. I'm going to ride with you, ride or die with you. It don't matter about, if we have a disagreement. So I was there for years, and if they would have never just said, you know what, we're going in another direction, which I don't even fault them.
Yeah.
Because that was God's plan, because God knows me.
Right.
If you don't totally just say, I'll stick around. I don't care. That's like even in relationships. If you don't just tell me, bye, I'll make it work. I'll try to make it work. But when I go, I go.
That's real.
Yeah. So that's why I went, and I went hard.
So now how many years have you been doing your own
2019.
2019, right before the year before the pandemic.
And I went, and I actually, in my in like doing my divorce, my product line kicked off 2 months after I went through a divorce. I was married for 18 years.
Wow.
And that same year, that's when my product line kicked off. And I'm like, because I see one of the questions you asked, how did I get inspired? This guy, his name is TQ. Mm-hmm. He's from Orlando. He's a hairstylist.
Okay.
And literally, I seen his stuff on Instagram. And I wish I could find the picture. He had his own little names and bottles. I'm like, God, man, one day I want that. And I ended up reaching out to him, like, yo, man, I know you don't really know me like that. He was like, oh, no, we know who you are. And he ended up hooking me up with the chemist. And that's how I started my line.
Yes.
He hooked me up with the chemist. And I'm going to tell you about the chemist. I hope he show it again.
Yes, we're going to talk about this.
His name is Big Unc.
Big that's Big Unc.
Big Unc. I called Big Unc the first time. Hey, how you doing? I got your number from TQ. I want to do my own product line. Oh, man, you barber. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I didn't know that. I said, all right, sir. I said, man, look, just give me an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Just to show you that I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And, I don't know. Finally gave me a shot, told me what the price going to be. Started out with my phone.
Yes, the red alert.
And the rest is history. Like, boy, I'm glad I took that phone call from you, boy, because I really changed his company.
Wow.
I took his company.
That's who manufactures your products.
Yeah. Well, most of them.
Okay.
I got different people that do different things.
How many products do you have now?
Probably about 9 or 10.
9 or 10 is a beautiful word.
And I got my, because you don't do enhancements, but the enhancements, that's actually, my chemist is my lovely wife, Nicole. She's the chemist behind that. My baby, my baby, she do that thing. She be making that color. Literally, I was making it myself because I was in Claremont at an apartment, and I was making my own color, and then I met her. Now I got to give a shout out to my wife real quick.
Yes.
Because when I met her, I had black and white labels, literally just like clear black and white. And she was like, these your labels? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, who helped you with the shipping? Nobody. So I literally met this girl, her sister, didn't know her sister. They jumped in, 10 toes down. Like, we're going to help you out. We're gonna help. And she wasn't doing this to say, oh, you're going to be my husband, so I'm going to help. She was just doing it because, me and you cool, we straight. We wasn't even on that level.
Wow.
We wasn't even like, oh, we could be together. She was
this
just
before y'all was dating?
Yeah, we were just chilling. It wasn't no boyfriend, girlfriend, none of that. She's just like, so then she started, well, who make your color? I do it myself. I had color everywhere on that back patio. Like, I had to pay when I moved.
Right, you had to pay that deposit.
So she started doing my color. She did some research, but it's like having a woman like her and her sister, they really took me to the next level. She literally found.
She showed me the lab, y'all. I done seen the lab.
Yeah, she got a lab. And literally, she found the label guy. It's like so much she has done because I was just kind of trying to make it work, trying to make it happen. And her sister, because I used to have to take my labels, download them, go to Office Depot, print them, cut them, with scissors, take glue them down, all that. It was a big
In
process.
2019, you was doing all that? That's insane work, but that's country.
It's country. I mean, but I had nothing to do. I was single. I was kind of
Right.
by myself.
It's amazing though. Like when people say your partner is the most important choice in your life,
Mm-hmm.
but also it's wild too because when you look at what you've been telling me today, your ability to identify partners to go to the next level is something
That's
that is
key.
very hard for people to identify.
That's
now,
key.
is that an intuitive process for you, or is that something that you know, kind of whatever venture you're going on, are you looking for people, or how does that work for you?
I just believe on just prayer. I just ask God, send me people that's going to help me. And literally, I met her and her sister. They just helped me. It wasn't
Wow.
When somebody can help you and it's not a hidden agenda. Like she didn't know I was going to be who I am.
Right.
She didn't come into it like
he was a country barber with goals in his mouth.
I had gold teeth.
We gonna put a picture on there.
And I was about 40 pounds bigger. I was like 250, 260,
And this is post divorce in an apartment.
Yeah.
Trying to make something when he met his wife.
So it's like, but she didn't come in with no, like, oh, I'm gonna help you because I know you're gonna be somebody great.
Right.
Nah, she helped me just because that's who she is.
Right.
She happened to start liking this guy. Start like, okay, I really like him. So then we just, went to the next level.
Was you liking her from the get-go though?
Hell yeah.
His wife fine, y'all. Yeah, she fine. Yeah, she curvaceous. Fine. She like
this her little sister right here.
Have you ever fixed another barber's bad haircut?
Yep.
If you could only do one of the things that you do right now for the rest of your life, meaning do products, cut hair, or have a school, what would you do?
Cut hair.
Okay. True or false? You've cut hair in a hotel room.
True. I cut Young Dolph.
You cut Young Dolph? Mm-hmm. Lit.
Yeah, it's somebody you.
Now, outside of Young Dolph, have you cut other celebrities?
Well, actually, I cut this this gospel rapper named Flame. I cut him like regular.
What are your thoughts on cutting celebrities versus regular people?
Regular people pay just as good. So she said I tried to kiss her on the first date. I don't remember that. She said,
and I know she ain't let you because that's not what we do.
No. She was
Right.
I said okay.
Back them lips up, boss.
My bad. Next date though.
Right.
Nah, but she was cool though, just straight up. She just a person who like to help people. Like you like to help people. You like to see people do good. So, that's kind of how I went next level with the product line.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so at this point, your products are national.
Mm-hmm.
Where can they go to find your products online if they wanted to order it outside of the states?
Well, they can go on say outside the states. They can go www.ogwalker.com. And I have people that now are starting to ship overseas because that was my thing. I wasn't shipping overseas.
When you started losing your hair?
22.
Your wife was a chemist.
Mm-hmm.
She was not your wife when she was a chemist. She was a chemist. Y'all got connected. Y'all were working together, got to know each other. You was already interested because she was a baddie.
Yes, she was.
Still is.
Okay.
Yeah, still is. How long you been married now?
It's going on 4 years.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah. How long were y'all together before y'all got married?
Like 2 years.
Okay.
We kind of like, okay, because she was the kind that she's a runner. You know that song? She's a runner. She's a track star. She said that was her favorite song. She said, "Cause once she get closer, other way."
Right.
And but I just think she was just waiting on me. That's all.
I love that.
She was just waiting on me.
Right. She was waiting for somebody to come treat her right.
But she got my attention because, like I said, when I first got divorced, I had been with the same woman for 18 years. So like when I got a little air, I'm started right. You
was trying to live your life.
Yeah, but at that time I was just so used to being committed, and because I just feel as a barber, you need to be comfortable in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Are you committed? That's fine. Stay with that. Are you single? Be fine with that. You got a girlfriend? Because when you're not confident in your relationship, it messes with your hair cutting.
It does.
It messes with
all that stuff outside of barbering. But I've learned how much all that seeps into my practice.
Oh yeah, because your energy's not together. Like I can remember when I first went through my divorce, just going through it, it was hard for me to do videos. I only had enough energy to do what I can do. Just cut hair, just do this, cut hair, and just go home. So yeah, so that's kind of, just be confident in what you with and who you with.
Speaking of videos, you have an online academy
Yes.
where you have tutorials for all different types of haircuts. Talk to me about that.
It's the OG Walker Education, and we're really just taking a lot of my old videos and we put them on there, but I'm gonna do a lot of new videos because I haven't educated online since about 2017, 2018. All these are old videos, so we're gonna redo them. We just kind of put them out there for free, and some videos gonna cost, like when they want to learn how to do the hair system,
right?
It's gonna cost them a little bit. So,
that's exciting to come online hair system
online
classes.
Yeah, man,
because people have been asking about that. Like you put me onto hair systems, and I learned how to do the locks. I
see you do locks. I see.
Those are fun. You have the hair systems, you have the tutorials online that you are evolving into a school where you're going to have new videos. It's going to have a cost. Right now, you can sign up for his school for free. Where can they find your school online?
It's Apple up on the OG Walker Education.
An app?
Yeah, it's an
app.
You got
an app?
No, yeah, it's an app. OG Walker Education.
I was online with it.
No, it's an OG Walker It's just, no, it's an app.
OG Walker Education, the app. That's
yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
And I got my guy Brendan Decker. He's the one that really just, if I would have met this guy, I would not be who I was to this day. Like, I met him actually in California. Met him. It was like, hey man, how you doing, Brendan? I want to take you out to breakfast. I'm like, okay. So my homeboy, I told you about Trippy. I was at his house, staying at his house. Like, you gonna go to breakfast with a dude you don't even know? I'm like, look, bro, I'm gonna just go, dog. And end up, this guy waited an extra day just to say meet me, and it ended up like, say, sometime when God send you some, like, he's light skinned, bald headed guy, and it took me. Say, man, he told me first. He said, I can see you doing 6 figures with your OG Walker brand, because at that time I had just had Red Alert.
Oh, you just had the one product.
Red Alert. Red Alert.
Red Alert is a mousse.
A mousse for waves, curls, whatever. Right. And he's like, I can see you doing 6 figures. I can see you being 6 figures with Chester product. Okay. And I be down. He helped me get there. He is the one that helped me get there.
I love that. 6 figures. I remember you telling me back in the day. So OG, so when I was at his shop, he was at that shop 2 days a week. He would come in and he would drop some gems, okay? Because from the time I came there, he knew I was about that business. I was trying to scale and trying to do some stuff. And so you gave me a lot of kind of gems. And I remember that story you were talking to me about him.
Yeah.
When you...
Yeah, he just helped me get to what I need. I mean, and we talked to this. We got something else coming. We just can't.
You can't tell us yet?
Look, we got $1 million project coming. Millions. I haven't even really discussed with my wife. She'll see it now. Hey, honey, I'm going to retire you like I told you. But it sounds like really, is this going to work? But I had the same conversation when he told me I could make 6 figures with a product. And I'm like,
you believe him now?
I'm like, oh yeah, I just kind of have faith. Like, okay. And it looks crazy at first. It looks, dealing with Brendan, it looks crazy. Because Brendan talks to the next level.
Okay.
He don't talk like, well, maybe we can just get a couple dollars. Brendan talk crazy, talk crazy money. And I'm like, because when he was telling me about 6 figures with my products, I'm like, I only got moves.
How long did it take you to get 6 figures for the products?
It took like a year and a half.
That's why he was telling me to get on the products.
Everything right now that and it's just game, everything now that you're selling. See, and the thing about it, to get your own products, you have to, first of all, support a brand that's already moving.
Right.
Once they start getting used to, say, buying this from you with this name on it, what happens when you put your name on it and change the color?
Right.
What happens? Because they're going to trust it. You sell it. Right. They love it. Now, not to diminish OG, but I got mine.
Right.
Well, they trust you.
Right.
You know what? I've been buying this from you. I'll buy yours. And that's how I get started. See, it's always like support somebody else. And when it's time for you to do your own, they'll support you.
that seems to be a rhythm throughout your career. And I think
Yeah,
that
it
that's
is.
something that I've learned. Just again, I'm a big bookworm, so I'm always reading because I do work a lot. I'm always at work,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm transitioning because in 6 months I'm gonna get back on the market. And I have to have some free time because I want to be a nice housewife and mom, but I'm gonna be a barber still.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome.
But look, I say this to say I've learned that you along your journey you have consistently had to collaborate with people, and it's in those collaborations that you've seen to reach your highest successes.
Exactly.
That's something that I feel like a lot of barbers don't get early on. There's a lot of kind of
You know
crabbing and
what? It's
barreling.
us barbers. I ain't gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
It's not about race, but it is about race.
Okay.
You got like the Spanish, the Caucasian, Mexican. They gonna support each other regardless of what it is. The blacks are now, because I ain't gonna lie, I got some brothers that really support me.
That's nice.
I ain't gonna be like
You and Nicole do have a great community around you. That's one thing I
yeah,
noticed.
yeah.
Coming to all the various events,
People
you
gonna
have
support.
a very core group of people that
That's
don't
gonna
play about
support.
you.
Yeah, like oh no, I don't play about this. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you do it, is like you gotta support each other,
Yeah.
and you have to, like you said, crabs in the bucket. I see that so much out of us. I don't want that make more money than me, but I got people that don't give a damn. Look, give me a case, give me 2 cases.
Right.
Like just some people buy stuff they don't even need at hair shows. They just buy it because they like who you are.
Yes, it's building a relationship, all types of reasons.
If they like who you are, they'll buy whatever you sell them.
That's real.
They will.
That's real.
They will.
I like that.
They'll buy it. They'll buy it. You got me right though. Look at the boy. Look, man, girl, what you did? Bathe me or something? you gave me a facial bath.
Right. You got a cleanser with some exfoliation and some moisturizer.
I'm about to go on books. Hey y'all, I'm about to go on books because I look good.
The egc.booksy.com. When it comes to raising your price, how do you go about like what type of advice would you give barbers that are earlier in their career, let's just say 5 years in or less, when they're wanting to level up and go from the $20-$25 haircuts to something of like the $70-$75 nature or anywhere in between? How do you do that as a barber without upsetting your clientele so much that you lose all of them?
One thing about it, when you want to go up on price, you better damn sure make sure you're able to do it. Don't come talking about you want from 25 to 75 and your skill ain't on point. And it's more than just the haircut. It's being clean, consistent, hands done, you know, your face is done. Like just you have to play the part.
Right.
You can't be coming in smelling like cigarettes.
Cigarette fingers while you're doing the mustache.
Dirty nails and dirty white t-shirt, pants sagging. Like, and oh yeah, it's gonna be 75 for that. No. A lot of it is just your appearance and how you got your setup. You can't have hair everywhere talking about it's gonna be $75. They're gonna be like, man, this is like cut on somebody's back porch. So you have to dress yourself up, make yourself look good, be on time with your appointments, good conversation, good, like put on some like some cologne, smell good. People gonna buy you before they buy really what you sell. They're gonna buy you.
Right.
They like you. So that's what you gotta do. Before you go up on that no, you gotta make sure you got everything together.
I remember when I was at your shop and you asked myself and the other 2 barbers how much money y'all want to be making from haircuts in a couple of years, and the other barbers was around like $50, and I was like $1,000.
Yeah.
And they looked at me crazy. And it's like now I've made. Let me see. The most expensive hair cutting service I've given was maybe like $350.
Yeah, but you always jumped off the big end. Because remember when I asked y'all that, and you was like, and then some people looking like, really? But I understand your mentality. You're like, you know what? I don't want to be average. I don't want to be regular. I want to be great. I want to be great. And I ain't worried about how many Instagram likes I get and all that. I just want to be great.
So, right. Yeah. And my older brother, he used to ask me, he said, are you selling a haircut? Are you selling an experience? Mm-hmm. And then I started leaning into, when I was at the Swedish Shore shop, that's when I got the wine cooler and I started serving wine, and it was complimentary. And it was like, one of the books I read was like, to make more money, you need to add more value. And
Yeah.
one thing that has kind of been a thread for me as I moved throughout my career was continuing to add more value at the price point. So by the time I do raise my price, you feel like
They
you've
won't
been
even
getting.
trip. They won't even trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. But once they respect who you are, they don't give a damn. Like, honestly, people.
Right, because he don't do all that. You be keeping it simple. You show up and they be paying you.
I show up, like, literally, like, it be sometimes like this one guy, I just started cutting him in Leesburg at the shop I'm at now. And I cut him and his son. And first week, I cut his son, gave him 130. Next week, 125. Next week, 130. And so I'm starting to see he wants to be with me. He wants to be on my team. I said, hey, big dog. I said, you ain't really got to give me all that. I said, you can give me like for you and that little boy, you can give me like 75, $80. He said, hey, man, as a man, you'll never tell a man how to spend his money. He said, I got value in what you do for me and my son. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, like, this guy really, like, because I was trying to, like, you done came a month straight since I've been to this new shop, and you paying me, like, entirely too much. And I'm like, bro, you really got to do that. She's like, hey, man, don't tell it. Basically saying, don't tell me how to spend my money.
Right.
I like what you do for me and my son. Yes, sir.
And he's saying, I don't need a handout.
Yeah.
He's saying, I respect you. And you gonna respect me, respecting you, basically.
Yeah, so I just never know. And me and him cool. It wasn't no, but It's like, man, don't tell me how to spend my money. I like what you do for me. You take your time. You make sure I'm good. Make sure me and my son good. We got appointments every week. We won't have to be going through shuffling. I like what you do for me. And he do good with what he do now.
Right.
He make that money, but I ain't, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be quiet there.
Now, do you have a barber?
Actually, Ed been cutting me up. Ed been
the one at your new shop.
But I've been letting it grow out because I used to get it, black and nice and edgy. Now
now you're almost 50.
Yeah, so I just let it be gray.
Okay.
So I think some people like my gray too.
Good.
Some people like this gray.
Look, I always tell. Now I do. Look, actually, you are the reason I started dyeing beards. I remember one day you told me I need to add that service, and I added that service, and now that is one of my
That's one of your heavy hitters,
right?
Because some men are not going to take the gray. They don't give a damn,
right?
Well, I may be going through my
gray early though. Like some men are in their 30s and 40s. I have a client who was in his 20s. He's 30 in his 30s now, but he had a full head of gray hair.
Oh, wow.
So these guys, some guys, they look 20 years younger when you dye their beard.
When you dye their beard, and that's why I let mine grow out, because people say you still have a younger type.
You got energy. You have a young face and you have young energy.
Yeah. So they be like, you ain't
decrepit yet.
Yeah. They be like, you 49? You don't look. I said, you don't see all this great. No, it looks good on you. I'm like, all right, thanks. But some people, they're not gonna do that. They want that black, make it look good.
Right.
And so so that's what I turned you on to. Color.
Shout out to that.
Color. Yes.
Color, hair systems, washing hair before you cut their hair.
Oh yeah, that's
the program, because whenever I put them under the dryer, I spray the hair milk. At the end, I spray the Dazzle.
And you just see, but you be doing your thing, so you good at what you do. You need to teach you a class. So.
I'm teaching a class. I got some classes that's gonna be coming up soon. Yeah. So one of the things that we have in common is we both. I remember whenever I was at the shop and I was talking to Nicole one day, and we were at lunch talking about this, and I was telling her my goal.
Yeah, when y'all went to lunch,
and she was just like, "You and OG got very similar aspirations." You need to talk to him. And then I was so excited when I saw your online school. I was okay, he ain't.
That's my thing. I want to do a school, and that's just amazing. It's honestly, if me and Nicole had an older daughter, it would be you. Listen, y'all. She acts like me and my wife. If she was younger and we was older, you'd be like, you could be our daughter. Be like, damn, she act like both of them. So that's why it's just such a privilege to sit here with you, because I can see so much of my wife in you. Damn, ambitious, pretty, good looking. Keep your limit now still. Hey, how you doing? We going, but don't, ain't all this here. Because my wife the same way. Hey.
So for young people who come from a similar context as you, You know, you young, black, you ain't got a whole lot of money, you ain't a trust fund baby, nothing like that. You've been able to build this empire in the hair community where you have the 2 shops, you have the product line, you have your name that holds weight, you go around, you do classes, you're well known. For somebody young looking up to somebody like you, what is some advice that you would give them in order to be able to sustain the commitment and the work that it takes to get where you are?
Continue to do something. Okay, it's like this. You got to do what you like to do every day, no matter. I tell you what, right now, you're not a chef, but if you cook hot dogs on that corner every day you cook hot dogs and you sell hot dogs, eventually you put the energy into it and the research, you'll be the best hot dog person in Orlando. So there's nothing you could do every day that you won't get good at it. Give a damn what it is. Do it every day. So as entrepreneurs, just do it every day. Just like you want to be a podcaster, like you want to do some podcasts, do it as much as you can. If you want to, I mean, a lot of times we get threw off by the numbers.
Right.
I did this podcast, it's only got 30 views. Nah, that ain't me. You got to do something every day. It's like hitting your head on the wall every day. Same thing. Eventually, you will get good at anything if you do it enough.
Right.
I don't care what it is. I mean, like sports are a little different because I can go out there all day and try to shoot basketball. The Magic is not finna sound my ass.
Right.
I'm 5'5" and 49. It's not gonna work. But something that you like to do, if you do it every day, you'll eventually get good at it.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, damn, he or she good at this. You know? So entrepreneurs, y'all got to just every day, just keep doing it. And don't worry about because you may do a video and you may get 2 likes. Now you ready to quit? Do another one. That's how I built my Instagram.
Okay.
I was like, because I heard the company said when I was with the other people, they were like, start looking for barbers with 20,000 followers or better. And at that time, I didn't have an Instagram.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, damn, they just gonna start sponsoring.
It's a company that went in a different direction?
Yeah, Okay. And literally every day I just started posting on Instagram. Posting. 5 likes, 15 likes. And I end up billing my stuff to like 140, 150,000 K followers.
They always say volume. They always say you cannot, like Will Smith, you cannot outwork me.
Yeah, and that's what it is. You're not gonna outwork me. I'm gonna work and post. I mean, I got about 10 pictures to post a night.
Right.
I mean, I've been posting on the way to this interview podcast. I've been posting just getting ready to get ready. I'm gonna post after it.
Look, right. We're gonna post during it.
We're gonna post because I just like to say, just take the opportunity to be great and just keep going. Don't just stop because you don't get because a lot of times the people that you think that's gonna cheer for you, they ain't.
Right. You know?
You get on with it. Just as a man, just to have a woman to say, you know what, make him feel good, man.
Smells delightful. Dazzle. Why do I want a higher end shop? I want luxury because I want to be driving a Porsche Cayenne when I go pick my kids up from school.
Exactly.
I want to be able to say I have a school where my people in my community from the hood in Winter Haven who might have a felony, who might have no education.
Yeah, you
can go make 6 figures. Let me get you licensed for a couple $1,000.
Exactly, because that's what it's. Yeah,
it's a way out for people, especially in America, where we have the ability to create wealth, and I know that it's a complicated process.
Exactly.
But the information age is now, and we can do
something. Yeah. I mean, like I say, but it's just us just taking what we got and just making it work for us. And that's why I'm glad that you just doing this, because I remember, like I said, you were just so energetic at the shop. Go check her out.
That Barber Amber, and you can find him at ogwalker.com.
You find me, look me up. Like this, it's like that. You already knew this was just a stop.
Yes,
you knew day one. It's not like I'm just trying to be here forever. Like this is a pit stop. I appreciate y'all. You did everything decent and in order, and you was like, Look, I'm here for a second, but I'm going. I picked it up after about 2 weeks. Oh, seeing here just trying to run.
I want to give you your flowers now and tell you how much I appreciate when I was at your shop a few years ago, how much you poured into me, even just by doing what you do, because I'm not one of the people that's gonna be all up in your face. I pay attention. I sit back and I watch how you move. I watch how things go.
Yeah, you sit back.
It was such a beautiful opportunity for me to learn. I was at the Beauty and Barber Lounge, and half of the salon is our beauticians, half are barbers.
Yeah.
And I learned so much. It was a beautiful experience.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we was able to pour into you, because I'm definitely proud of you, proud of what you're doing. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you. And I have OG's products here at the Executive Grooming Company in Orlando for retail.
Yes.
Y'all can go online to www.ogwalker.com. Boop. Brought to you by Cheetos that I won at a work party.
Tito, look, y'all better sponsor. All right.
Right.
It starts somewhere. Everybody starts.
Right. I got a little wax on my forearm still, but that was for making sure you was straight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pouring me a tiny shot because I'm a girl. Taking a shot before he head on out.
Yes, head on out. Listen, I had a great experience today.
Before I go to the next one,
I really enjoyed myself. This is something we're going to be doing more often. So toast to future endeavors, me and my friend Amber. Okay?
Woo! And he got a nice manicure, y'all.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Look, Nicole ain't playing.
Oh yeah, she made me better. She made me get the grid of the gold teeth. So good. Ready?
1, 2, okay. You crazy.
Okay, that's that. Okay. Good job. You had to chase that thing.
Right, I had to chase it with some Roscato, okay?
Oh yeah.
Because this ain't Drink Champs.